Welcome to Wrap the Month, March 2024, where we show you the markets in 11 charts. The S&P 500 had its best first quarter since 2019. Let's jump into the charts. Okay, chart 101. S&P 500 month of March was up 3.29%. NASDAQ Composite up 1.85%. Schwab US Small Caps up 3.49%. And bonds, yay, bonds had an up month, 0.84%. We'll take it at this point. SPY, Spider, S&P 500 up 3.29%. S&P 500 equal weight, RSP up 4.48%. Vanguard Dividend Appreciation up 2.86%. Schwab US Small Cap 3.49. International Stocks 3.23. Schwab International Small Cap 4.3. Vanguard Short-Term Bond up 0.42%. Vanguard Total Bond Market up 0.84%. Total International Bonds up 1.12%. Let's see how we're doing for the past 12 months. Over the past 12 months, S&P 500 is up 34.42%. NASDAQ still flying high, 42.98. Small caps still lagging, 14.18. And bonds, yes, bonds are up for the past 12 months, 4.34%. Let's look at the holdings. S&P 500, 34.42. Our Spider, SPY. Our ticker RSP, the Invesco S&P 500 equal weight, up 18.07. Vanguard Dividend Appreciation, 23.13. U.S. Small Cap from Schwab, 14.18. International Stocks, 16.29. International Small Cap from Schwab, 10.76. Vanguard Short-Term Bond, 4.92. Vanguard Total Bond Market, 4.34. And Vanguard Total International Bond, 7.87. All right, let's see how we're doing year to date. As I discussed in the open, S&P 500 had a great first quarter. In fact, its best first quarter since 2019. S&P 500 up 10.39%. NASDAQ up 9.11%. Schwab US Small Cap 4.47. Vanguard Total Bond Market is down for the year 0.69%. Let's look at the holdings. Spider, SPY, 10.39. S&P 500, 7.78. Vanguard Dividend Appreciation, 7.62. Schwab US Small Cap, 4.47. Vanguard Total International Stocks, 4.43. Schwab International Small Cap, 2.61. Short-term bonds basically flat, 0.05. Total bond market from Vanguard off, 0.69. And international bonds almost literally flat, 0.01% negative. So flat pretty much there as well. Market breadth. Let's see how we're doing. Well, as you can guess at how well the first quarter's been, S&P 500 from a technical analysis standpoint is still looking very strong. Prices are trading above the blue line, 50-day moving average. Prices trading above the red line, the 200-day moving average. Represents a bullish trend. Relative strength, 66.98, not much of a change. Percentage of S&P 500 stocks above their 50-day moving average, 85.2%. Percentage of S&P 500 stocks above the 200-day moving average, 85.8%, almost identical to the 50-day. NASDAQ Composite, let's look at the breadth. As you can imagine, same story here. The price is trading above the blue line, the 50-day, and above the red line, 200-day moving average. Represents a positive market trend. Relative strength, again, pretty much the same. Last month, maybe down a little bit, 59.32. Here's a slight difference. The NASDAQ is being driven by fewer stocks where the S&P is much stronger on the breadth side. Percentage of 50-day moving average on the NASDAQ is 52. Percentage above the 200-day on the NASDAQ is 49.14. Growth versus value. Value versus growth. Russell 1000 value outperformed Russell 1000 growth by 3.13% in the month of March. So the Russell 1000 value was up 5%. Where the Russell 1000 growth was up 1.85%. Offense versus defense. One of my favorite charts, like we talk about, offense versus defense. The reason why it's called offense versus defense is when we're in a kind of advancing market, we consider that offense. We look at discretionary as being stronger because people are buying stuff they don't need. In a more defensive or down market period or more conservative market period, you look at staples, which tends to outperform, discretionary because those are things people have to have. For the month of March, however, discretionary has underperformed staples by 3.29%. So the discretionary was basically down 0.04%, while staples were up 3.36%. So that's something to keep an eye on. Consumer sentiment. Well, as you can imagine from what we've been discussing with everything looking rosy, consumer sentiment has jumped up to 79.4. Our lovely University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index is trending in a positive light, 79.4. So 79.4% from the Michigan Index that they pulled has a positive outlook on the market. Yeah, yields still inverted. Not much changed right here. We still have our inverted yield curve. When this green line is trading below the zero, the blue line here, that means we have an inverted yield curve. And as we always say, this chart shows it a lot easier to understand. Our 2-year treasury is yielding 4.78%, while our 10-year is yielding 4.42. Hence why we have an inverted yield curve, because we are being rewarded to go shorter on the curve as opposed to longer. The 2-year is paying us more than the 10-year. It's even more dramatic versus the 3-month versus the 10-year. Our 3-month treasury is yielding 5.43 versus the 10-year of 4.42. Well, there you have it. Another wrap the month in the books. March 2024. Can the market stay hot? Let's see you next month. Until next time, see ya.